Hello and welcome to another episode of Explore and Create. This is Joe, and today we'll be exploring Grutas Tolantongo. I'm sure you've seen the Instagram photos of cascading hot spring tubs, but did you know there's a hot spring waterfall with a hot spring cave that feeds a hot spring river? That's right, an entire river of mineral-rich water. To change things up, I'm breaking this episode into sections. To make it easy to get the information you are looking for, first we'll be discussing all the amazing features of the destination. Then I'll cover how to get there and where to stay, and finally, the management and history of this natural wonderland. You can click the boxes below to skip directly to the section you are interested in. If you enjoy this video, please click the bell icon to subscribe to this channel. Now let's dive into the amazing features of Los Grutas de Tolantongo. This natural wonder is located in the heart of Tolantongo Canyon, which is situated in the state of Hidalgo, Mexico. The canyon is a breathtaking sight to behold, with towering cliffs and rugged terrain that provide a dramatic backdrop for the hot springs. One of the main attractions of Los Grutas del Tolantongo is the hot spring waterfall, which cascades down from a height of over 100 feet. This stunning waterfall is surrounded by lush vegetation and flows over a small tunnel and a large cave entrance down to the bright blue river below. The water is actually coming from both a cold water source and the hot springs, so depending on where you stand under the fall, the water is very different temperatures. But that's not all. There's also a hot spring cave that you can explore. The cave is a natural formation that has been hollowed out by the hot springs water over millions of years. Inside, you'll find a series of chambers filled with warm, mineral-rich water that is said to have healing properties. Inside the cave, there are also multiple waterfalls. Behind the furthest waterfall is a secondary large cavern. The water rushing out of the waterfall can make it difficult to get through, so you will want to grab the ropes to help you pull yourself through, and you will want a light to be able to see around. In the far back is the source of the hot springs water, coming out of a large waterfall. Many people are unaware this cavern is even there, so venturing through it, you will find much less crowds than the cave itself. Just above the large cave, under the waterfall, is a small tunnel cave. This tunnel is unique as the source of the hot springs flows through the back, creating a steam room-like environment. The tunnel is dark and has pools running through it, so it is difficult to walk through. Another highlight of Los Grutas de Tolantongo is the hot spring river, which flows through the canyon and provides visitors with ample opportunities to soak in the warm water while enjoying the stunning natural scenery. As the geothermically heated water comes up from under the ground, it carries with it the surrounding mineral deposits of sulfur and silica, making the water a mesmerizing blue. The river is broken down into different pools separated by rock mounds that are great to lay on to get a massage from the water rushing over the rocks and cascading down. Finally, my favorite area, La Gloria Tolantongo. This is located across the river, accessed by a suspension bridge for 100 pesos or around $5.51 American. It is well worth the price. This area is much more lush and tropical. It also has its own waterfalls and cascading soaking tubs, but with much less crowds and situated in a more natural environment. The lush trail has a flowing stream down the side, and at some points flowing directly over the path you will be walking up. The pools are surrounded by lush vegetation. This area has a separate hotel as well as camping options. It is managed by a completely different community group. Now that you know a little bit more about the amazing features of Los Grutas de Tolantongo, let's talk about how you get there and where to stay. The canyon is located about 4 hours north of Mexico City, and there are several ways to get there. You can rent a car and drive yourself, or take a bus or taxi from one of the nearby towns. There are many tour options, but we had trouble finding ones that allowed for multiple day stays and returning with another tour group. So we ended up taking the buses. This isn't a direct from airport service. You will need to get an Uber or taxi to the North Bus Station in Mexico City, take the bus to Simapan, and then walk past the local market into another bus terminal where there is a waiting area for buses to Grutas Tolantongo, with huge banners with images of the cascading tubs and other natural beauties. However, please note that the last bus does leave around 4 p.m. currently, so if you arrive any time after that, you'll have to stay the night, and there are very limited accommodation options. As for accommodations, there are several options available. There are 3 areas. The river, waterfall, and tunnels are all near each other where you check in. If you want to stay near the cascading tubs from Instagram, you will need to reserve your room at the top of the entrance before you enter the canyon. To go between the 2 areas, you will need to catch a shuttle bus that can take anywhere from 10 minutes to 45 minutes wait time. There are hotel options near the river and waterfall, and there is another hotel near at La Gloria, which I would recommend. Then there is also another large hotel, Paraíso Escondido, near the cascading tubs. If you really want to get that perfect Instagram photo without huge crowds, your best bet is to stay there on a weekday. Get up early and get in. I would recommend one of the other hotels, as you will otherwise need to catch a shared shuttle or pay extra to get a ride down to the river and cave area. The hotel rooms are extremely basic and small, but well kept. There is also an option to rent tents and sleeping bags. At first, I really didn't like this idea, but after a while, I started to think it wasn't that bad to step outside of your tent underneath the waterfall at La Gloria. As of now, there is no advanced booking options. You need to book your hotel or tent rental at the property. This usually isn't an issue, but if you are going on a holiday or weekend, you will want to get there early to get the accommodations you want. Finally, let's talk about the management and history of La Gloria de Tolantongo and Grutas Tolantongo. To protect the natural ecosystem, 112 local families came together 30 years ago to form a co-op to own and manage the property. The canyon has been a popular destination for locals and tourists alike for many years, and the management team works hard to maintain its natural beauty and protect the local ecosystem. There have been some challenges in recent years, including issues with overcrowding and environmental damage. Despite these challenges, Las Grutas de Tolantongo remains one of the most beautiful and unique natural wonders in Mexico, and a must-see destination for anyone that loves nature and relaxation. Thank you for watching this episode of Explore and Create, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more travel and adventure content.